Happy Tuesday. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello. Annie is here. I don't see anybody else yet, but Annie's here. Hello, Annie. Oh, we'll give it a few minutes for everyone to come in. There's Sandy. Hey, Sandy. We're here, ready to do this. How are you tonight? Serbs has got his bone. He got his bone. He's ready to go. This is a picture that I took of him when I first got him, before I had set him up as a bed underneath my, bench. So that blanket he's laying on is now underneath my bench, and I need to make him another one of those toys. That toy right there is a crochet toy that I made for him. Hey, Lorna, good to see you. So I made that. There's a water bottle in there, and I took the cap off and then I crocheted over the water bottle, and that's what he's got. And he absolutely loved that thing. I need to make him another one because it crunches, you know? It's one of those crunchy things. Yeah. Oh, Serbs. There we go. I'm still working on the washcloth too, y'all. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you. So as you know, if you watched me this, oh, Joyce, you made it. Oh, so glad you made it. Awesome. Glad you're here. Hi, Mary. Glad you made it. Awesome. People are starting to come in. That's great. I did get myself an appointment, you guys, and I will be going to the doctor tomorrow at 11. I really think I have a secondary infection like in my sinus that's going on. I think that's what it is. But anyway, and you guys might see this sweatshirt a lot. I really want to call this the She Shed sweatshirt for winter, because whenever I get a little bit chilly, I put this sweatshirt on out here. Hi, Cricket. How are you tonight? Your daughter's having her baby and you're here? What? Are you not close by her where you can go and wait, or you're just kind of hanging out until you get the call? Congratulations. Don't know what you mean, Annie. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, 6 hours. So you're gonna wait for the call and then plan accordingly. But congratulations. Do we know whether it's a boy or a girl? You may not know yet. You may not know. How many of you have gotten and read the book? Can y'all put a 1 in the chat if you have gotten and read some of the book? Jean, you need to email me because you won the Stitch and Crime t-shirt, my friend. And I've been trying to get for you to wait for you to come around. I had picked it, and I thought I was going to email you, and I hadn't got to that yet. So email me and make sure I have the correct address. I didn't want to send it to something and not have your right address. So Joyce got it on Libby. Awesome. Annie's finished part 1. Awesome. Shad's here. Hey, Shad. I'm all dressed down today. No earrings, no necklace. You are so welcome. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, my internet's being slow. Well, I wasn't sure because I know you had things going on, the name change thing, so I didn't want to assume that you were in the same place. Okay, so this is the book Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. I have my bookmark in here, and I can't remember whether I got this bookmark from Donna or Amber. But this is the bookmark I have in here. And I have finished all of Act 1. So now I want to know what y'all think. Can anybody give me a few of their thoughts before I give you my thoughts? It's touching your heart. Oh. I know, Shad, you talked about you had read it years ago. It is it's interesting, isn't it? So I feel like everyone is going to have a little bit of a different take on what's going on, and it's a different style, right? It's a different style of book because okay, Jean, got it. Hi, Bree. Welcome in and happy Tuesday. Hey, Tammy, good to see ya. Good to see ya. I feel like we're all going to have a little bit of a different take on this book. That because of the language from the time. This was the 60s. And I feel like the language of the time would have been different, that each of us is going to possibly have a different interpretation of what we're reading. What do y'all think? That to me is what's interesting about reading a book that is more of a classic and more something from years ago. So it's different now as opposed to when you were younger. Yeah, I would think so. I would think if you read it when you were younger, that you would definitely see it a little bit differently, especially if you're anywhere near my age. If that's kind of a hint as to how I feel about this book right now. You haven't got yours yet, Mary? That's okay. That is okay. We're going to talk about it for a couple of weeks, so no biggie. I do have some facts that I want to share. I found I want to share some off of a couple of websites and give you a little bit of insight into Arthur Miller and his relationship with Marilyn Monroe, because that's something we talked about. Oh, you think you're older than me? Could be. I don't know. And Lorna, you also read it as a student. Uh-huh. What age is that? 50-something. The age is 50-something. Was just rather surprised I was so close in age to the guy in the book. Can I just say it that way? So, I wanna read a little bit. Let me get myself in here again. Hello. Death of a Salesman, Certain Private Conversations in 2 Acts and a Requiem. I call it a requiem. I don't know how anybody else pronounces it. By Arthur Miller, put out by Viking Press. Issued by Viking Press in 1958. Copyright was in 1949. So I said 60s, but it's really earlier than that. And so it's written in a play form, but I did want to set up for those who haven't read it or don't know whether they will be able to get it or whatever. I want to set it up for you and what it says about it. So it's a new play by Arthur Miller, staged by Elia Kazan. And the cast in order of appearance would be Willie Loman, who was played by Lee J. Cobb, Linda, who was played by Mildred Dunnock, Biff, played by Arthur Kennedy, Happy, played by Cameron Mitchell, Bernard, played by Don Kiefer, the woman, played by Winifred Cushing, Charlie, played by Howard Smith, Uncle Ben is played by Thomas Chalmers, Howard Wagner is played by Alan Hewitt, Jenny is played by Ann Driscoll, Stanley is played by Tom Petty, and that's P-E-D-I, not the singer. Miss Forsyth, played by Constance Ford, and Letta, played by Hope Cameron. Very classic. Hi, Frozen. Very classic actors. Do you guys recognize any of those names? There's Serbs. Oh, where'd he go? He's got his bone down there. Now, Lee Cobb, I remember. Arthur Kennedy, I remember. Seems like I remember Thomas Chalmers. A little, maybe a little. You remember some of these, you guys? So the setting and the lighting were designed by Joe Melsner. The incidental music was composed by Alex North. The costumes were designed by Julia Says. Presented by Kermit Bloomgarden and Walter Freed at the Morosco Theater in New York on February 10th of 1949. Which that's interesting because we're right in there on the February thing, aren't we? February 7th today. Go me. I really didn't know that, no. The action takes place in Willie Loman's house. He visits in New York and Boston of today. Throughout the play, in the stage directions, left and right means stage left and stage right. And they start it with there's a flute. We learn in here what the flute means also. And they talk about it's like a flute and maybe some a little bit of outdoor music's birds. Hi, Joan. Things are slow here, so if I don't react very quickly to your questions, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what my computer is doing in the background that's making it act that way. So they talk a little bit about, like, you can see everything, you can see the rooms, you can see the kitchen and the bedrooms and the this and that, and it's meant to be upstairs, downstairs kinda thing. So I'm guessing that the actors and stuff, they may have to go, like, up and downstairs on the side of this it must have been interesting setting it up. Yes, the like button, I would appreciate that. Hey, Alice, welcome in. I would like to get your take on this for sure, Alice. What do you remember? What was your take on this book? And Shad, what is your take on this book? So what do you guys get out of what's going on? What do you really think is going on here? We've got Willie Loman is the main character. His wife is Linda. Biff and Happy are his children. Um, we know that he's a salesman. They talk about how tired he is. He's very tired. Tired of being on the road, tired of not making any money. But what do you guys think is really what do you take away from what's really happening? Tonight I've got my Texas cup. Whoop, whoop. Mhm. Yes. I think that's very much something. They probably in those days did not really I don't know if they even had a word for it. Do you think they would have had the word dementia back then? Maybe they're just saying old age. Old age is kicking in, unhappy with his life. Mhm. Depressed. Well, I know that the wife tends to think that he is wow, that was like a was you see how that's doing? Am I real slow? Are you guys hearing me okay? Make sure that I'm coming through all right over here because things look really slow. Got like one bar here. Very strange. Yeah, that's a good question. What is the American dream? Good question in relation to what he's feeling. Absolutely. Okay, good. That's probably a good, it's probably something that they would have said. Senility. Mhm. Yep, I bet they would have said that. Yeah, what is the American dream? And also, if you think about the times that it was happening and you realize that he was talking so much about how proud he was of his children, but also possibly like how he had raised his children, but not quite as proud of what they had accomplished. And then that really is not so much about his children, is it? It's more about what he had accomplished. And that he is feeling like he hasn't accomplished. He's getting closer to the end. Has he really accomplished anything in his life? You know, but he tends to kind of put that off on the kids like they need to get it together. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. That's my impression as well. And they leave that to your imagination, don't they? I say they, but Arthur Miller has very creatively put that in there as the woman, simply the woman who chose him. But he sees her a lot because he's talking about seeing her again when he's on the road again. He's definitely projecting onto his children a lot of what's going on, but again, my interpretation is it's not really about the children. It's about him and his feeling inadequate. And of course, he's just the wife tells us, you have to excuse me, I'll be wiping my nose, y'all. Talk about aging. Guess where I got my Kleenex? What does that mean? I don't know that I'm going to do this gracefully. Just saying. I've never really been real graceful. Mm, I don't know that it was a lady friend. I mean, see, then now that's your interpretation of what you read. See, that's definitely your interpretation. That's why I wanted to see what you guys thought. I definitely saw it as possibly somebody he's at least buying her drinks and dinner and um I mean back in the day that would have been buying her affections, you know? Yes. Yes, there's a little bit of that too. Like maybe they can pick up where he left off, that he just didn't get it done, but they can. He just didn't get it done, you know? There's so much going on and he really, really wanted to get it done, but he didn't quite get it done. But you know, they can get it done, right? Well, he did buy her stockings. And I thought that was interesting that he bought her stockings, and yet at home, his wife is repairing her stockings because they're having trouble paying for things. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's all about Willie, isn't it? Every page I turned and there was another discussion is about Willie. So yes, self-centered, absolutely. Oh, that's interesting. So, you know, that would be a scandalous thing. Yes, because it is. It's very intimate. Exactly. That's what that, I like the way you say that, Mary. But yes, absolutely. It seems like a pretty intimate thing, doesn't it? Like it's got some connotations, you know? It's like buying sexy lingerie. And then he goes home and says, "We're not repairing stockings in this house." I didn't does anybody understand the rubber hose? Can y'all explain the rubber hose to me cuz I don't know that I get that. Was he sucking down the gas with the rubber hose or I mean what is the rubber hose about? This is supposed to be something that could be suicidal, but I don't get it. I don't get what that means. The kids think he that he because he went off the road. He tells her he went off the road. The kids think he went off the road on purpose. Like these accidents are not really accidents. That's what I was wondering if it was, Annie, if he was using the hose, because I mean there would have been probably been a gas heater. So he was disconnecting the fire to the gas heater and was going to suck in the gas off of the gas heater. That's kind of what I thought they meant when they were talking about that. So okay. Kind of like how you would off of a, they put the carbon monoxide into the from the car. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. What do you think of these boys? Do you think that the kids are, I mean, what, I'm not sure that they have said, because he's 60 and she's nearly 60, then the kids would be what, 30? Yeah, similar to that. Yeah. And that maybe he was just hiding the hose. I don't know. They'd be 30s, 40. I know, you would think so. They would be, but they don't talk about themselves like that, do they? They Those boys don't talk about themselves as if they were that age. They're talking about themselves as if they were much younger. To me, they act like they're much younger than that. Oh, at least that's the impression I get. Hold on. Not trying to make y'all sick. Just trying to get in the picture a little bit better. Yeah, but he's talking about the football team of the days gone by, isn't he? This is where it gets a little confusing, because when they switch up, because they lost me a little bit in there. I'm just saying. I had to really work at that. When he starts to switch off in his mind, and he's talking to these kids, and then they switch back. But they kind of lost me in there with that, because I was like, okay, what in the hell is going on here? And yeah, I had to really work at that. Yeah, they did. Hold on. Talk to Chelsea for a sec. She's buzzing me. Chelsea, I'm podcasting. Okay, everybody. Okay, I'll do that. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'll tell her everybody says hi. There you go. My dad called just about 5 minutes before I went live. Oh, there she is. She just texted away. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know the father they're talking about how he really the that Biff is his favorite. Biff is his favorite, but do we really know why? Do y'all really can y'all figure out why Biff is the favorite? Is because he's the football, he's the beefy football guy? You think that's why he's the favorite? Love you, Chels. Uh Girl, my Fitbit isn't even registering. It's like, when you sleep again, let us know. We'll keep track of it. I don't know what happened. It didn't even register the last 2 nights, and I wore my Fitbit, and it was charged. Ah, because he's the oldest. So he's like the oldest and the favorite. Ah. That now I think that is another time thing. It's like another age thing, right? It's like that time, like 50s. That's more. I don't know that that holds true now in our day and age. That I think that people try to treat their children more equally these days than they did back in those days. Not everybody, I'm sure. Yeah. Another sign of the times, right? What you got, buddy? Oh, Serbs has got his new bone again, y'all, so it might be a little noisy. It's bacon and cheese flavor. Oh yeah, it's good. When he's been chewing on that bone and I come in here, I can smell it. I'm like, it almost smells like a bacon fart. You know what a bacon fart? You know what I mean? Just saying. Well, I'm always checking my Fitbit. It's just for some reason it doesn't show the last 2 nights. It hasn't shown how much sleep I got at all. And it should keep track. I don't care if it tells me, but it didn't even keep track of it. You'd have to share. Share the bacon, bud. You gotta share the bacon. Oh my gosh, hold on. Can y'all see? Can y'all see? We're working it. We are working it. You can't see that bone. I thought you might be able to see it. And he would not. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, he'll be clearing me out here after a while. For sure. He is totally involved. Yeah. Okay. So he thought he was more accomplished. Huh. So that goes along with him living through the kids, right? Um, that they're getting stuff done, that he's getting older and he didn't get much done. But look at what the kid did. The kid just got all these accolades. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. So I really did have a tough time with this, to be honest. Not a tough time. I'm not that like vain or worried. But, you know, I'm getting closer to that 60. And listening to these kids and say, what is the deal with dad? What's going on with dad? Should we be worried? We need to come home and take care of dad, and he's only 60. That's my thought. I'm like, but he's only 60. My dad is 77. Is he 77? And I worry about him, you know, but he's still driving. He's still doing stuff, so he's not totally, don't really have to worry totally about him. I can be here and not there. But this guy is not even 60 yet. Yep. Very interesting. Yeah, and see, again, isn't it interesting? A sign of the times on that when they, you know yeah, I mean, because people retired wanting your children to be accomplished, wanting them to be accomplished in only the way you want them to. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sure, I'm sure, and they talk about that a little bit too, Annie, about being on the road, that maybe they should just, he should not be on the road anymore, that he should be, um, doing a job that doesn't put him on the road as much. But yeah, this is different, the style. Okay, now alright. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you. Hold on. Let me find my mouse. I wanna see how well this works. From Life magazine, y'all. Photos from the day Arthur Miller married Marilyn Monroe. Arthur Miller is best remembered as the Pulitzer Prize-winning scribe of dozens of plays, the holder of the pen that birthed Death of a Salesman's tragic Willie Loman, and the Crucible's morally tormented John Proctor. But even after the critical accolades he received and the dissertations he inspired, he's also remembered for a more personal aspect of his biography, his marriage to Marilyn Monroe. So he met Marilyn Monroe in 1951. He was still married to his first wife. They kept in correspondence throughout Marilyn's marriage to Joe DiMaggio. And Miller was separated from his wife. And then in 56, June of 56, the pair married at Westchester County Courthouse. 2 witnesses and 0 photojournalists. Then shortly after, they had a Jewish ceremony. It would come to be plagued by assortment of strange. When Monroe discovered a notebook in which Miller had scribbled his misgivings about having married her. So here's some pictures of them. Who is that? I don't know who's with them. Oh man, drinking a soda pop with a straw. Maybe that's Paul Schutzer. Okay, and then I found this other one. They had an instant connection, but quickly grew apart once they got married. And her marriage to Arthur Miller was her longest marriage, you guys. They were complete opposites, a movie star sex symbol in love with a cerebral award-winning playwright. But in the end, Miller, just like her second spouse, so he was her third, but just like her second spouse, Joe DiMaggio, wasn't enough for the fragile actress. In addition to marital stressors like failed pregnancies, misunderstandings, and clashes over work, Monroe's demons, evinced in her drinking and drug use, proved impossible to escape. That's a classic Marilyn Monroe look right there. And Monroe was sleeping with Miller's friend, director. I thought it was Elia. It looks like it's Elia Kazan, who was in Los Angeles to pitch the screenplay with Miller. Let's see. Oh, there was another part in here. Marilyn, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Arthur Miller, he had to go to a committee on, hang on, does it say here? Where did I see that? Here it is. Monroe stood by Miller during his HUAC testimony. Now, I'm not getting political here, you guys. Okay, not getting political. But while Miller was in Nevada, he submitted a passport application so he could accompany Monroe to England for a film shoot. However, his application resulted in a subpoena to appear before the House Un-American Activities Committee to testify about his ties to communism. On June 21st, 1956, Miller was in Washington, D.C. to appear in front of the HUAC. Miller had never been a member of the Communist Party, but he had gone to party-affiliated meetings in the 40s. Oh. He decided he was not going to invoke his Fifth Amendment and just talk out and not worry about it. And Monroe decided she wasn't going to worry about what the public thought. She was going to support her man. Isn't that something? Okay. There you go. I found that stuff a little bit interesting anyway. A little bit. Now you guys want to see what I got in the mail? Does anybody want to see what I got in the mail? I know, right? Some lipstick. Oh my goodness. And a third wheel. Well, I think there was more than one third wheel in her life. It always seemed like Marilyn was doing things from more than one angle. You do. Now, I will tell you, I've already opened my mail. If you are sensitive, why are you here? I got something from Katie. This is from Katie. Y'all know who Katie is. It's Naughty Knitting Sacks. Are y'all ready? It's not bad. At least not on the outside. It's my Baba. How do you say it, Chelsea? Is it Baba? So it's Naughty Knitting Sacks. And I got her sticker. So I could put that on the back there behind me. Are you guys ready? Da-da, da-da, da-da. Oh, There we go. We're going to undress it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! That's just so much fun. Love it. I love it. It's the Bubba Boobies. And then I got something from Donna. When you're supporting a small business, you're supporting a dream. Oh, she found some stickers. And they're gnomies. Y'all see the gnomies? It is really cute. They're the Baba Boobies. Oh, and then she's got one here on the front. It says thank you. With a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat. They are really cute though, aren't they? No bad words. No bad words on that one. I'm excited for this tea. I might have this tonight. Cinnamon and vanilla. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. And we got some mints. Redbird. These Redbird mints are so good because they disappear in your mouth. Welcome back, Sandy. And look, she's been putting these in there. I can't believe she's doing this. It's a stitch marker, and I love this one. He is adorable. Adorable. Donna, thank you so much. I love, love, love the kitty cup. Love it. Got my gauze bag. Was watching Jennifer Stitches. She was like, I can't think of what this is called. Uh-oh, I think I got it in a knot. Hang on, y'all. I got my gauze in a knot. They're like the after dinner mints, but a little bit. So I'm going to show y'all this because it may be going somewhere else. It is called Moon River. Moon River. So this is her Bengal worsted, 100% superwash merino. And this is one of the ones she did with the snow painting. So how she did this, and I've got one other one over here that was a snow painting. And what she did was they got snow up there in Utah. And she has this all set up to where she just packs the snow, puts the dye on there, and she packs the snow on it. And as the snow melts, everything gets saturated. And I just love how it saturates it. It is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Moon River. Oh no, I may wind up putting this in my log cabin blanket. What y'all think? Okay. Here's the other one that is a snow painting. And that is exactly what she called. She called it snow dyeing. She called it snow dyeing. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful colors in there. This one is her 50% silk and 50% superwash merino. 438 yards. So this is actually her DK. And y'all going to know when it has silk. Hold on. You know when something has silk. You know why? Yep, it's got silk. Great, drape. I can't help it. Can't help it. I tend to get naughtier the sicker I get. I cannot be trusted. I, I cannot be trusted. Snow dyeing is that one. Yeah, like a limp noodle. Yep. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at this side. Shed. Shed says, never mind. Ain't no good. Ain't no good. Ain't no good to nobody, huh? Had to be the snow. It's the snow that did it. Now, this one is not a snow dyeing one, but I couldn't help myself. Okay, because look at the colors. Oh, this is called freeze frame. Freeze frame. Freeze frame. Oh my gosh. So this one is also the 50% superwash and 50% tencel. So this is her Siamese sock. This one is 50% superwash, 50% silk. And it is her Sphinx Silky. Okay. This one is Siamese. We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't please. You know those two cats, they were played by the same woman? Yep. That's my favorite movie. Anybody know which movie that is? Tell me what movie that is. I'm going to mark the chat and I'm going to send out some bookmarks. Aren't they beautiful? And that's all for a little while, you guys. I mean, seriously. Seriously. Seriously? That's it. I've got to stop with the yarn. At least until I get things a little bit more. I got to go through some, use some. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 You guys, you got it. Well, so no, I don't know if she did any of the voices, that woman, for the Aristocats, though. She might have done some of the voices for that one. But the Aristocrats are that's the one where they go, walk like a duck. Because of the cars. Because of the cars? Oh, the cats. Oh, because of the cats. Because of the cats. Ah. Wow. Disney just needs to get over themselves. They're so out there on one end, and then so not out there on the other end. Okay. Yes. Excuse you. Lisa was that. It's gonna be the other later. Oh, she's just shenanigans. I hope you sang it better than I did, Annie. Mr. Fiber says I can't, what's he say? Can't carry a tune in a bucket. And what is the saying? It's, who sings that song? Let 'em. I know, what a world, right? Did you do the meow? Meow. Listen, you know the one that's worse? I can't think of the character's name, or if she has a name, but at the pound, the cat at the pound who, um, does her little ditty. They've all gotten picked up at the Fox and the Hound, the movie The Fox and the Hound. Ooh, she does a number in the jail. She does a number in there. Well, that is my favorite movie. In case y'all don't know what has been put up here, it is A Lady and the Tramp. Of course it is. Of course it is, right? Okay, Chelsea says 8 people. I'm a hound dog. Yes. Okay, let me go ask Mr. Fiber for a number between 1 and 8. Hold on. Oh, okay. Y'all don't need to see this. Oh, goodness. Yes, I censored myself. Oh, the Fox and the, you know, and I don't have that one, Chelsea. I need to get that one. And the number is 4. Number 4. Number 4. One, two, three. Oh, I already highlighted. Is that right? Is it Joan? Am I right? Oh, it's Frozen. Okay, sorry. I screwed up. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Do, 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 do. I can't. I see, and it's limp. One. There's more up there, but Nightbot had separated y'all. 1, 2, 3, and it is that. Okay, Frozen. Yay! Do I have your email, Frozen? I think I do. But send me an email because that way I remember. That way I remember stuff. Oh, mostly. Also, I picked names to go in the jar. I'll be doing that this evening. And I picked a winner for the magazines. Where you at? And the winner for the magazines from January, if you remember, you're welcome, Frozen, is Lisa Yanato. Thank you so much for sharing the older magazines. I enjoyed seeing them. So, Lisa, if you see this, I'll make another announcement. But if you see this, send me an email so I can get your address to send you the magazines. I need to do another read with me. Hey, Lulu's Treasures. How are you, sweetie? So, yeah, there we go. I still haven't picked a winner yet, but I'm going to pick someone for the something in red. I don't think I did that yet, you guys. It's on Monday. It's Monday next week. Okay. Okay, Annie. Yes. Yes, we hope it goes well. Cindy, yes. I always just call her Lulu. I don't know why. Hello, Cindy, but I always just call you Lulu for some reason. Oh my gosh. Okay. It keeps jumping. So, Frozen, I'm going to send you bookmarks. These are bookmarks that Chelsea and the boys made just for book club. Okay, you guys, if you want to read the rest of the book, you are more than welcome. We're probably going to next week. I talked a little bit this week about the marriage with Arthur Miller and stuff, but next week we will talk a little bit about the controversy around Marilyn's death. Since we're, the connection. We made that crime connection there, right? Okay, you guys, I love y'all. My chat tomorrow will probably be a little late because my appointment is at 11, so it's right in the middle of the morning. I'm hoping to get my chat done in the morning but it may not get uploaded till I get back. So I will get it done as soon as I can. Okay, you guys, my chat's jumping all over the place because my internet's being weird. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. I love you, Solomon. I love you, Oliver. I love you, Chelsea. I love you, Carrie. And I love you, Sailor. And I love you, Mr. Fiber, the month of love. Bye, y'all. Have fun today.